2 months ago, I was in America and did quite a bit of makeup shopping. A little bit of retail therapy while I was doing some other little bit more difficult stuff. And as 2 months have gone by, I've had sufficient time to test, try, and review everything that I bought, and I'm ready to give you my thoughts. Let's dive into it. Let's go in order of application. Starting off with the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I keep wanting to say Conceal and Protect. I think when I tried this in the first Get Ready With Me video, I kept saying Conceal and Prep. Or I don't know, I said something ridiculous. Definitely a go-to product for that. I like it. It's definitely something that I would check out. If you like the sort of tart smoothing primer, I've heard that this is a really good duplicate for that. Definitely a big fan of this. I love the consistency. It's a win in that department. Moving on to some foundation products. These are both from Sephora. This is not new, but it is new to me. The House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I have the shade 100 Light Neutral, and I was sort of pushed for time on this one. See if you can get a sample, take it home, try it out, because the store lighting can be tricky. Yeah, so I'm not loving the shade. I can make it work. You know, it's definitely my face is matched to my neck. But that aside, I applied, and I'll insert the footage here, this side of my face with a brush, this side with a sponge. The sponge is definitely, you can make it more glowy depending upon how you prep your skin and what you wear underneath and how you finish your foundation. So with that being said, I think this is definitely something that you can have or would like to have in your collection, because it can be anything to anyone depending upon how you prep and how you finish your base. But you know, you get the glass bottle. It's just a nice sort of experience. I'm very happy I have it in my collection. I just wish I had been able to have a sample, test it out in natural lighting, my home and things like that before I'd committed to this shade. A totally different foundation is the CL Tint and Protect SPF 50. So with all of these types of products, and I feel like they're coming out in the market everywhere. Merit has one, e.l.f. has just come out with one. I would never ever use this as my only SPF product. This is always a bonus. And I say that because, and I'll insert footage, this is definitely a more high coverage product. I would say this isn't a tint. This is a foundation. The reason I didn't put it on today is because I have a bit of fake tan on. This isn't a tinted SPF. This is a foundation with SPF in it. It says it is a mineral SPF. It has zinc oxide 12%. It does have other chemical SPFs in it you may be sensitive to, so just be careful, because I know there are a lot of people who are sensitive to chemical sunscreens. That aside, I love this product. The coverage is beautiful. The wear is beautiful. It's just a beautiful product. My only drawback is the dropper, and you can already see around the edges. It can just get a little bit messy. I wish it was in a pump. That's my only drawback. It's a glass packaging, the beautiful ombre. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful product that I love using. I think I will probably get more wear out of it in the winter just because it is a slightly lighter shade than my summer shade. But again, I would never ever use this as my only SPF. It is a bonus to what I'm putting on under my makeup. There we go. Moving on in the base product category, I picked up these 3 products from the CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer range. They are phenomenal. They're phenomenal. What can I say? This is very cool. I will insert some footage of me putting it on. So when I put it on today, can you sort of see here? I put it on straight onto my face rather than putting it onto a brush, putting it on my back of my hand and then applying it. And it did disrupt my base a little bit. It is very creamy and very emollient. So that would be my only piece of advice. And when I went in with the blush, I used this shade today. I would say, rather than putting it on straight onto your skin, put it onto a brush and then apply it, just because they are very creamy, they are very emollient, so it can disrupt the base products you have on underneath. Apart from that, they do actually go on from a brush on top of powders nicely. They're just really beautiful products from the drugstore. Great price point. I just wish they were sold in the UK. I just wish CoverGirl distributed their products in the UK and Europe. I am sad that they don't, because they're coming out with so many beautiful products recently. They're kind of revamping their brand and I can't get my hands on them and it makes me really sad. But I really like all three of these products a lot. Next, this little mini that I picked up, the xoxo, and I can never blink and remember the name, the Revealer Concealer, and I have the shade 1.5. I have it on today. I think this is great. The only thing is, it has a bit of a funny smell, but you can't smell it once it's on your face. The coverage is great. I'm going on holiday and I'm gonna take this with me because the coverage is great, the color's great. It's a mini. Love a mini. This is just a really fun product. I think I was so stuck in my Natasha Denona High Glam concealer for so long, and on this trip when I was in Sephora, I decided to just kind of step out of my comfort zone and try a few new things. And since then, I've tried the Tower 28 concealer, which you've seen in a couple of my videos, and I've been really pleasantly surprised with some of the other less pricey concealers that are available. So this is definitely one that I've tried, I've really liked, and would recommend, especially in that you can get it in a mini, which is really nice. So yeah, this is, I definitely really like it, and I will be taking this one as my only concealer with me on holiday. Next, into the land of powders, and I'm kind of obsessed with powders. I bought 3. That's a lot. Starting off, this one is a brightening powder, and it's really hard to show the brand. The packaging's beautiful, but this is the xoxo Cloud Set Powder in the shade Candy. I've used this a lot. I love this. It's really soft. It sets under the eyes beautifully. It brightens beautifully. The only thing is, I don't know if you can see this, but it gets hard pan. So I've had to scrape off the hard pan a little bit. I don't know if that's because I put it on top of concealer and that then brings a little bit of moisture onto the pan, but it's been kind of frustrating that it's getting hard pan and then I'm having to scrape that off. I love this product enough to scrape the hard pan off. It just kind of is what it is. And maybe it's my application. I don't know. Has anyone else experienced this? I know it's a really popular product. I've seen a lot of other creators talk about this product and nobody else has talked about getting hard pan. So I don't know if it's a me thing, how I'm applying, the brush I'm using. I know a lot of other people use velour puffs. I'm not a big fan of velour puffs. Apart from the hard pan, this is my favorite powder that I have to like really think to myself, try other powders, use other powders, you need to try things. But this is just my favorite powder of the moment. I have to actively go out of my way to remind myself to use other powders because this is my ride or die favorite powder of the moment right now. Next powder that has a very different purpose is the Ciel, again, Filter and Protect with SPF 30. Again, I have footage of me applying this today. I use the top-up SPF. So if I need, I'm fully aware that this does not just put, I've been really loving this e.l.f. Skin SPF 30 spray because this one is actually formulated to spray it directly onto your face. So I will spray this on and then do a touch-up powder all over. So I feel that between these two products, I am actually getting a decent amount of touch-up SPF on top of my face, which for those of you who are, I'm hoping that there are makeup wearers watching these videos. Hello. If you're new here or not new here, welcome back. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all the things. It really helps my channel out. You know, we need to be wearing sunscreen every day. It's really important. And we should be reapplying our sunscreen every 2 hours. It's really important, especially for those of us who are using retinols. I'm trying to find creative ways until the sun care industry comes out with ways to help me apply sun care to my face that does not disrupt the makeup that I have taken time to apply to my face. Very long-winded way to discuss this product that I'm really enjoying. So for those of you who don't know and aren't familiar with Ciel, their entire brand surrounds having SPF in color cosmetics, which I love. I'm really into it. These are the 2 products that I have tried to date and I'm really interested in trying more. They have limited availability in the UK to my knowledge. I've looked on Sephora UK and they're not available on Sephora UK. To get them in the UK, I believe you have to go directly to their website and they ship to the UK, but I'm hoping they become more widely available. But I'm a big fan of this product. It sits nicely on the skin. They have different shades. I have 01 Light. It has zinc oxide 22.5%, titanium dioxide and 12.5%, and then they have inactive ingredients that they have listed on the carton. Thus far, I've been really impressed by this brand, and I'm definitely interested in checking out more from them. Powder that I tried. Everyone who's into makeup and beauty knows about the reformulation of the loose setting powder from Givenchy. I had one and I have very little left of the original formulation of that powder. And then I heard that they came out with a new pressed powder formulation, which again, this developed hard pan, which is a little bit disappointing, but I really wanted to try this. And it's not cheap. I think it was $59. I have really, really enjoyed this. I use it to set mostly this portion of my face and lasts longer than the loose setting powder, aside from the hard pan that it develops. I do not enjoy the brush. I think I tried it once and I was like, yeah, no. I do think, and we know that on my channel, I'm all about finding quality at the drugstore and finding quality alternatives to high end, because I don't think that you need to spend a great deal of money to get a phenomenal outcome. And I don't think this is a must. I don't think this is a splurge. This is a treat yourself moment. But I do really enjoy this. I think it's great. Is it a must-have? No. Is it a nice-to-have? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one thing I don't love about it is it is very strongly fragranced in that sort of high-end cosmetic rose kind of old lady scent, which Dior does it, Givenchy does it, Chanel does it. I just don't see the need. Why do we need fragrance in our powder? And especially when it's going around your nose, it's just not necessary in my opinion. More cheek product. First with bronzer, I got the Soft Sculpt Bronzer by Makeup by Mario in the shade Light. I really enjoy this. I like having a shade of bronzer that is light and like sufficiently neutral toned. Sometimes I find that light bronzers can be very warm and orange leaning. This one is really the right shade for me. I'm wearing it today. It gives me the kiss of sunshine without being orange, without making me look like an Oompa Loompa. I love the packaging. It's like a metal-ish compact with a magnetic closure. It just feels luxe, which is what you expect when you're spending money at that price point. I've been very, very happy with it. That's ultimately what you want. Moving on, this Rare Beauty Matte Bounce Blush, which is a cream powder formulation that is blurring. And I got the shade Truth, which I really enjoy. It is mattifying. Some people have said they don't like it, that it is patchy. I personally do not agree. I think you have to use the right sort of brush. I have been using this brush, which I also got when I was visiting, the Morphe M204.5. So this is the travel size, so it's 0.5 because it's got a shorter barrel. I use it in pat rather than buff. I've been very happy with it. I really like the formulation, so that when I came back, I actually got the same formulation in the shade Happy. I'm really enjoying it. I've been using it a lot. I think you have to rethink how you use a cream blush formula, and you have to use it not in the way you use a cream, not in the way you use a powder. I personally swirl my brush in the same way you would a powder, but pounce in the way you do a cream. So I swirl and pat like you would a powder. I've got one. And then pounce. And I don't feel like I'm getting any patchiness. I need to even myself up now. But I have not seen any patchiness. I've not seen the blurring effect on the skin that they advertise and call out in the marketing, but that's not to say that it's not a good product. Rare Beauty are one of the less expensive brands at Sephora, which can be seen in the plastic packaging. You don't get a mirror, which for me is not a deal breaker. You know, even though this one has a mirror in it, you can see I've not even taken the plastic protective covering off because I personally don't use compact mirrors myself. I would have rather just have the lower price point, me myself personally. I really like this enough to have bought an additional shade, and I've been using it a lot and really enjoying it. I'm gonna keep it moving because my camera keeps overheating and I don't want to take forever to film this video. Eyeshadows, I bought two. One at Sephora, one at Ulta. Starting off, I mean, if you watch any of my videos, you know that I love this. I've already kind of made a bit of a dent in this. What is it, Bridget? It is the Super Shock Shadow in Ritz, and this is just so beautiful. Sort of similar in feeling to that, like here, it's kind of like you can make a dent in it. It's got that almost like putty-like feeling that the Rare Beauty blush has, but it is just so impactful. Why can't I turn my hand to make it? There we go. Just so impactful with the shine. I love wearing it as a one and done shadow. Like if I'm going out during the day, I've got it on today. And I've actually been wearing this on top of the new Morphe shadow bases, because you can see that it just really makes it pop and makes it last and stops it creasing. I did not buy that in America. I bought that when I came back. But this is just a, you know, there's a reason that these Super Shock, get my words out. There's a reason these Super Shock shadows are a cult favorite, because they are that good. I also bought the Natasha Denona mini palette in the My Mini Dream palette. So I actually recently was watching a video from Steph where she tried out this palette and was really underwhelmed by it, but I love this palette. And I think she was underwhelmed by it because she was wanting like this level of shine from the shimmers, whereas these shimmers are much more understated than that. This is a palette that I will wear to work on the regular because they're very work appropriate shimmer, if that makes sense. And for those of you who aren't aware, I work in a corporate setting. I work for a corporate engineering company. So if that makes sense, like corporate engineering level of shimmer, that's what this is. So if that's not what you're looking for, if you want, and I think that's not what Natasha Denona is normally renowned for. She's renowned for like the boom in your face level of shine and glitter. So I can understand and appreciate why Steph was underwhelmed, but for me, this is like right in my comfort zone. It's neutrals. It's an appropriate for me at 38, nearly 39 level of shine to wear to work in a corporate setting. So I love this. This is in my like usual regular repertoire. And then I don't know if you can see, I've taken that really deep dark brown there and just done a really, really light like wing, mini wing for the liner. And it lasts, it wears, it's really great. I love it. Finish things up. So I'm not wearing this today, but this was a repurchase for me. The Sephora 12-hour colorful crayon contour eye pencil. This is I've just put one into my empties. This is the best eyeliner in my opinion. Drugstore, high end, you name it, this is the best. So I bought a few more just because it's easier to buy when I was in store at Sephora. Very happy with this. I also bought this NARS pencil sharpener because Jessica Braun mentioned in a video that this is the best pencil sharpener. She's not wrong. I agree. This is the best. I think it was like $9 well spent. Highly recommend if you can pick one of these up. Do. It's got a chunky side and a skinny side. Very happy with my purchase. I got two mascaras because I need to pick up the pace. One was repurchased, Tower 28 in Drift. You know I love this. I know I love this. We all know I love this. This was a repurchase. I love this. It's got, for those of, okay, back after a short hiatus. My camera overheated. I can't remember where I was. So, mascaras, Tower 28 and Drift. This has been my favorite for a while. It has a really unique brush, which I really enjoy. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't transfer down, which is one of the reasons why I love it. And then this one, Monsieur Big Lancome. My mom bought this and really loved it when we were at Ulta. And then when we were at Sephora, she was like, I bought this and I love it. You should buy it. You should try it. So I bought the mini and I did not like it. I didn't think there was anything special about it. I have it on today. So I've had it on now for about an hour. It hasn't transferred on me yet, but it's 3:45. If I put this on in the morning and wear it all day, it will transfer on me. And I just have so many mascaras that I know and love and wear all the time that I don't need another mascara in my collection that does transfer, especially one from Sephora, high-end Lancome at that price point, unless you already have this and love it like my mom. And if you do, great, keep using it, keep loving it. I have longer lashes that tend to make things transfer if they're going to transfer. So I tend to like to stick with the tubing formulas for that reason. This just didn't do it for me. It wasn't at the level for me. Lips, and then setting sprays, and then we'll go on to brushes. If you watch my channel or any of my videos or my Instagram, which I don't really say this in my videos and I should say it more. If you don't already, check me out over on Instagram. I'm trying to post more on my stories. I want to post more, and now that I'm putting it out in the universe, I'm going to try to follow through on that. So it's Bridget Hill, same as my channel over on Instagram. Check it out. I would appreciate it. Clean, fresh, yummy blur. This is one of my faves. It is, hello, there we go. Very blurring, very creamy for a matte formula. I wear this all the time. I wanted to go back to Ulta and pick up another shade, but I never got round to it. And I have been searching in the UK to try and find a similar formula to this that is matte, that is comfortable, that is blurring, and I can't find it. I think I maybe found something similar, but I'm still testing it. And the only other thing that I have found that is anywhere near similar is the NYX Smooshy I have here. But again, I'm still testing, so I'm not 100% confident in saying that it is a dupe, but I'm a big fan. So if you are in a country, a place where you can buy this, I love this. I like it. It's comfortable. It's the right level of pigmentation. I'm a big fan. Into what is on my lips now. The Naturium Phyto Glow Lip Balm. I have it in the shades Latte and Petal. I really like these. However, caveat, I think when I wear these too often, it disrupts the internal lining of my lips. You know what I mean? Is it the waterline? I don't know. Just right here on my lips gets uncomfortable. It almost, if you eat too many sour sweets and it can aggravate the inside of your mouth. That's what I think these are doing to me. So until now where I have them on, I've kind of laid off these for a little while and it stopped. So I don't know if these are the cause. I was wearing the Phyto Glow Lip Mask every night, and I think that's what was causing it, so I stopped using that. I love these. I love the color. I especially love Petal. I love how they make my lips feel. I love how glossy they look. The only thing, and I'm not going to do it right now, they can be really hard to squeeze out of the tube, especially in the winter when it's cold. Or not, I haven't owned them in the winter, but when it's cold, trying to squeeze them out can be like hard. That's my only drawback. I think the applicator, and I think I saw or read that they've changed to like a doe foot because that had been a common feedback. But if you don't have that sort of, and I've never had sensitive lips with that type of thing, so I don't know what it could be in terms of the ingredients, which is disappointing, but I really like how glossy they are. They take away the lines. They're great. They come in some really nice colors. So yeah, that was just, I'm still figuring that out. But yeah, I gave the lip mask to my mother-in-law and she hasn't had any issues with it. So I don't know. Jury's still out on that. 2 setting sprays that were both repurchases. Morphe Continuous Setting Mist in a mini. I love this. I'm gonna buy it in the bigger size because I just go through that. And the Joa Extreme Stay Setting Spray this I love, and I've actually found somewhere that I can buy this in the UK, so very excited about that. Those were both repurchases, and I love both of those, So on to brushes that I purchased while in the US. So I bought this 5-piece travel brush set from Morphe. So it has here the M104.5, the foundation brush. It has a cheek brush for blush, M204.5, the powder, M164.5, and then eyeshadow or eye blender, M333.5, an eye packer, which I use this for putting on the Morphe eye primer. I don't tend to, if there's anything that needs packing in terms of this ColourPop shadow, I'll just use my finger. But the M303.5, and then this is a brow, but I use this end for liner, like a powder liner. And this is the M401.5. I think this was $28 for this set. And it came with a like silicone bag, which I gave to my mom. Bargain. I use all of these brushes on a regular basis and they are phenomenal. So I'm pretty sure, not pretty sure, these are going to come on holiday with me. Big fan. And then also I picked up these from BK Beauty. So this is the 101 brush, which is a foundation brush. I used this today to apply my foundation. The 109, which I use to blend out my cream contour. I love this. It's got that nice taper to it, and it's a nice small size to get into the, the hollows of your cheek. And then this is my favorite find. This is just phenomenal. This is the Angie Hot and Flashy A506 brush, which is my words. Having that break to let my camera cool down was such a mistake. Concealer brush. Ta-da! Concealer brush! This is like such a fantastic brush. It is, again, it has that taper. It's like a little kitten paw, and I love it. I love this brush. It is just so fantastic. So those are the brushes I picked up. I love them all. All in all, apart from this little mini mascara, which if you're going to test out a high-end mascara, if you can pick it up in a mini, that's probably the best way to do it. Apart from that, there were no duds from anything I picked up. I loved everything that I bought. No surprise. I went into the shopping experience there having done research, knowing what I wanted to try, so I kind of went with eyes wide open. But I'm glad I can share with you all of my purchases, my experience, everything that I tried, what I loved, and why I loved it. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I know this was a bit of a long one. I will try and edit it down and make it a little bit more reasonable. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I love how much my community has been growing. I love all of you so much. Like, subscribe, ring the bell so that you're notified when I post. I'm trying to post every Sunday at 6:30 UK time. So what is that? Greenwich Mean Time, GMT. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.